Hello and welcome to Let's Dance with Charlotte Elizabeth. That's me. So, this podcast is going to cover everything from dance, health, fitness. I will include how to prepare for your first dance for your wedding or using that kind of scenario for special occasions. There will be planning hen parties and ideas for planning hen parties, but the main focus of this podcast is dance. I am the owner of Feel the Beats UK, and I'm going to get you all moving. So let's get on with the show.
Hello, and welcome to the first official episode of Let's Dance with Charlotte. So, the previous two episodes were an introduction and a bit of about me. Today, I am busting a myth for you. So, quite often when I have conversations with people about first dance lessons, they have this impression that they're going to need to be epic dancers or that it's going to need to be some strictly come dancing bonanza. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. More often than not, the dance lessons are not about dancing. Bear with me on this one. It's a little bit of the sort of conundrum type thing. That's not the right word, but that's what I'm going with. So it's not about dancing. It's giving you the confidence to step out onto the dance floor. I just use dance as my vehicle to do that with because dance is something I have done all my life. And I know that dance gives me confidence. So when I then explain to couples, particularly at wedding fairs where they first have an interaction with me and suddenly realize that there's help for their first dance, the first thing I say to them is, it doesn't have to be Strictly Come Dancing. That as much as my TV with my video reel has lots of dances on, I do also have couples that I've just helped them to sway in time to the music, know where each other's feet are, and that's been fine. And that is okay for you too. Um, so that's myth number one. The second myth is that you have to have a first dance. Now, this is going to be very controversial because everyone thinks that because I promote first dance lessons, that I'm going to be making sure that everyone has a first dance. And that's really not the case. And even more so when you read my book. Um, if you're listening to this now, it is launching October 2025. If you listen to this later and it's after October, then the book is out. Um, and in the book, I talk about the fact that it is okay to not do a first dance. And everyone looks at me going, "But Charlotte, you're pushing people away." And I'm like, "Nope. I am saving you money because as good as I am, I can usually tell from having a conversation with a couple whether my lessons are going to help them. Because there are some people that it doesn't matter how many lessons they have, how much guidance and support they have. The thought of being in the spotlight for a minute to 2 minutes gives them anxiety and palpitations. And as much as I can support them with that and give them all of the tools to feel less anxious, to grow in confidence, to be able to enjoy that moment, my job is not to convince you. My job is to show you that I'm an expert in what I do, that I'm here to help, but that if it's really not for you, that is okay. In this day and age of social media and trying to be bigger and better than everyone else, trust your gut that it's okay to not do a first dance. That you can 100% cut the cake and party. You don't have to have a first dance moment. My brother didn't. but we still talk about his wedding. So be okay with your decision. So they're my two myths. One, that first dance lessons are all about dance. It's really not. It's giving you the confidence. But the two, you don't have to do a first dance. It's your wedding. Why put yourself through something that feels very awkward for the sake of 2 minutes? Spend that money on a photo booth, on a casino table, or on any sort of entertainment, or put it towards your wedding. Not your wedding, your honeymoon. Or just put the money towards your house. Or to date night or something, but be okay with the fact that if you've decided that you don't want to do a first dance, you don't want to do a first dance. So going back to myth number 1, because I think we've delved into myth number 2 quite a bit, and you just need to go and trust your gut and decide, what do we want to do as a couple, and own that decision. Don't be swayed. Own that decision. But going back to myth number 1, it's not about the dance. And it's really not. I have had couples who have booked for dance, we've started the dance, and we've had to revert back to just swaying. There have also been couples who have started swaying and then wanted to learn something. Again, it was their choice. Their choice. We'd had conversations, we worked together, but for them, that was their confidence of, we just want to sway, but we want to be able to add a little spin and a lean so that we get a picture moment. Fine. You've still had a first dance. And a first dance is not about the actual dance. The tradition of the first dance is it's your first dance as a married couple. That's why it's called the first dance. So it's not about dancing. In fact, it stems from the 18th century that the host of the party, so the ball gowns, think Bridgerton, the host of those parties kicked off the party with a dance. And that's where the tradition has come from. You are the host of the day. It's your wedding day. You're kicking off the party with a dance. Obviously, in Bridgerton times, they danced all the times. It wasn't as scary. We don't dance like that anymore. So it feels a bit more scary. We don't dance together. We just about joke around and dance in the kitchen these days. So that's why it's scary, because it's not something we normally do. And we suddenly feel this pressure. But remember myth 2. It is okay not to have a dance. So I'm going to leave that one with you. Trust your gut. Own your decisions, whether you have dance lessons or not. It's okay. And I will see you on the next episode.